Hello everyone, welcome back to the Hindu Explainer series. I am Kushagra Goel. And yesterday, some very interesting constitutional questions were there in the comments section. And I'm very happy that you all are inquiring different aspects of constitutionalism. Alright, so we'll be beginning with those doubts and then moving on to today's newspaper, which also has two important constitutional questions. Alright, so first one was about who or how is it determined who gets reservation. Alright, so yesterday the Supreme Court issued notice to different parties about determining whether the power of the states to determine who is backward or not has been taken away by National Commission for Backward Classes or not. In that respect, what becomes important is to know how reservation in particular states is granted. So each year, each time, state governments come up with which community in their particular state is considered backward or non-representative in public employment, and based on that communities are granted reservations. So for example, in Uttarakhand, certain hill tribes are also granted reservation under a specific category. But are they granted the reservation in other states? Probably not. Alright. Similarly, a community in general could, let's say a community has reservation in the state of Rajasthan but does not have reservation in the state of Uttar Pradesh. This is specifically for state public employment opportunities. Let's say State Public Service Commission of Rajasthan has reservation for a community, but Uttar Pradesh State Public Service Commission does not have reservation for that particular community. That is because that particular state government has not recognized a particular community as backward within any of the classes, that is scheduled caste, scheduled tribes or other backward caste. Alright. So states have this power, but now the Supreme Court is going to determine, has the 102nd Amendment taken that away? Alright. So that is one question answered. The second one following up from this is, what is the 102nd Amendment? It is the one that gave a constitutional recognition to the National Commission for Backward Classes. Alright, so there are certain bodies that are determined constitutional and the other are legislative bodies. Alright, what is the difference? So for example, right to information is from a legislation. Does it feature in the constitution? No. But for example, Election Commission, Article 324 features that there will be an election commission. Now that, because it is in the constitution, it becomes a constitutional body. Alright, and thus a body that is not within the constitution but through a law passed by the parliament or any state legislature is a legislative body. Alright. So that is one crucial distinction that Article 102 granted. Till then, National Commission for Backward Classes was a legislative body. After that, it became a constitutional body. Alright. Then, moving on other aspect, which is one generic question. How do you cover current affairs of previous months if you are starting out now? Now, on this, I have always told you, see, we are following up stories in general, legacy issues also, alright. Somehow or the other, they keep coming up. It becomes then your responsibility, if you are starting out late, you have to do a little more. There is no escape from that, alright. So what you have to do, one easy method is, whenever a news related to something comes and I tell you that this has come previously also, one, we do provide the link when we have discussed it previously, and apart from that we also tell you how that thing is linked to the previous one. The next thing that you need to do is, after noting down the linkage and watching the previous part, you need to have, if you have any doubts, so one, you are noting down how it is interlinked to a previous issue, then you are doing it, you are watching the previous bit where we have discussed it. The key solution to all of this is, you are doing issue based current affairs and not date wise. Alright, as per the format of the series, we follow current affairs from a date perspective, but from a candidate perspective, what we actually tell you is that this particular issue becomes important. If you see all the chapters, you see that they are linking issues, not telling you March 8 US Taliban agreement, March 9 US Taliban agreement. Alright, so it is not telling you what particular date, it is telling you the issues. So always prepare current affairs based on issues, organizations, different headings. Alright, on that note, we'll begin with today's newspaper. So the front news is Uttarakhand Chief Minister Trivendra Singh Rawat had resigned yesterday. Alright, so this is a political event, it is an internal matter. Now, what is the constitutional philosophy behind this? It is this, that whosoever is the chief minister or the prime minister in a parliamentary system. So, India is a parliamentary government, and therein who's one person who the majority party or the majority members of the house want to be led by is the one who becomes the chief minister or the prime minister. That is why they are the first among the equals. Alright, so now Mr. Rawat has resigned because the majority legislatures, the MLAs of his political party have believed that he is not the correct person to lead and they want someone else. Alright, so how that is determined based on politics, sometimes people, the parliamentary committee of different political parties determine, sometimes there is election by legislatures. That aside, the position of the chief minister is the one that he is the leader of the legislatures who are in majority in the house. Once they lose or he loses their support, he or she cannot continue in office. So they need to retain that confidence of the legislatures, which was absent for Mr. Rawat. Alright, so we'll see now as the story develops who is appointed, so that becomes one important news. And this continues the cycle of Uttarakhand's chief ministers since 2001 that the state came into being, of never having a chief minister that completed his or her entire tenure. Alright, so Uttarakhand is infamous for that track record. No chief minister there ever have or completed their entire 5 years of tenure. Alright, then moving on the other national news, on the left hand side, the UAPA, where cases have been filed. This is just an analysis, alright, of where and how many cases have been filed. Alright, then moving on, Delhi government presented their budget yesterday and they called it the Desh Bhakti budget to mark 75th anniversary of independence in anticipation of that. Alright, then within this they also announced their aim to host Olympic Games in Delhi by 2048. Alright, then moving on the national news, nothing of real note for us. Alright, criminal cases, crime related cases, COVID cases, nothing of real note. Here then is the analysis of overall budget expenditure, not relevant for us. Alright, then no roadmap for government's lofty green goals. This is about how there is no real groundwork that is being done for overall reaching the green goals, or what is being claimed as how environmental pursuant or positive the actions of the governments are. Alright, so you can skip all of this and then we move to the editorial front. Alright, on the editorial front, the main editorial is written by Vice Chancellor of Nalsar University, that is Faizan Mustafa. Now within this, there are two themes in this editorial. One, he is criticizing different judgments for not being pro-women stand. Alright, now within this, the one thing that becomes standout, which is a fact. Alright, now this is opinion based on different cases, that is not relevant. What is a fact is that, which something that we had discussed previously also a couple of days ago when we had discussed marital rape, which is that the Justice Verma Committee of 2013 had that rape should be viewed not as an infringement of women's chastity or virginity, but a violation of her bodily integrity and sexual autonomy. This autonomy cannot be permanently lost by entering into marriage. Rape remains rape irrespective of the relationship. That what is rape is not based on anything apart from the bodily autonomy or consent of the woman. If she believes that she does not want to, or she says no, irrespective of the relationship she shares with the man who is indulging or who is trying to engage in such an action, a no means a no, irrespective. That is, even if it is within a marriage. That is, so what it tells us is that the Justice Verma Committee, after analyzing the 2013 Delhi rape case, had stated that marital rape should be there because rape is a crime based on bodily integrity and sexual autonomy. Alright? Then on the left hand side, fire-wise, another fire incident took place in Kolkata at the Eastern Railway's headquarters. 9 people sadly passed away. Recently, when a similar incident had happened at Serum Institute and a hospital got engulfed in fire in Mumbai, similar editorials have been written about how fire safety is not a priority in India during building constructions. Something that needs to be changed is what this editorial is talking about. Then on the second page, the second one, enduring greatness. This is a eulogy of Novak Djokovic. We know, so what do we need to note about from this is that one, it is related to the fact that now Novak Djokovic has become the player with the longest time period at ATP rankings, that is rank 1. Alright, 311 weeks and counting. Alright, and the editorial states he is the most likely one to break the record of Federer and Nadal, who have 20 Grand Slams each. So tennis is divided into 4 Grand Slams every year. Alright, 2 are on hard court, 1 is on grass court, and the other is on clay court. Alright, the first Grand Slam that takes place every year is the Australian Open. Then happens the French Open, alright, which is on clay court. The third one is Wimbledon, that happens on the grass court in United Kingdom. And the last one is US Open, that happens in New York. Alright, so the 4 Grand Slams that you need to know, and Djokovic now holds the record of 18 Grand Slams win. Roger Federer and Rafael Nadal are tied on 20 each. Alright, so certain static tennis facts are those that you need to know here. Alright, then the second one, plugging a new furrow in agri-regulatory system. This is about how agri-business can be promoted. Alright, so government farm reforms are for agriculture as a business industry. The farmers are protesting in the anticipation that agriculture is not a business, food is not a business, it is a need, it is a noble cause. Alright, so therefore this is similar policy suggestions of how the reforms should take place in the agri-business. Policy article not relevant. Alright, then moving on the left hand side, the op-ed here talks about Quad. We all know, we have keep on talking about Quad. Quad is a grouping, informal grouping till now, alright, which might change soon, alright, which is Australia, India, United States and Japan. Alright, 4 countries. And there is news that they probably will finalize Quad as a summit level meeting. What does a summit level meeting mean? Summit level meeting is where the head of the state of countries are present at a particular summit. So for example, Prime Minister Modi is the head of the state of India. He is the head of the executive branch. Alright, he is the one who has the real power. Alright, so if he attends, then that is a summit level meeting. Alright, so Quad probably will convert. There is news that it could happen there. Alright, recently in the Malabar naval exercise that takes place, alright, the Quad members collectively conducted the exercise. Now this article talks about the limitations of Quad and for India. That see, when the trouble with China actually happened, none of these countries, that is Japan, Australia and United States, could actively help India. So Quad is not the security solution for India's concerns. Alright, so that is one thing that this editorial is talking about. Now for us, we need to only know about Quad, alright, and not anything else as of now, right? Then the left hand side, nothing real relevant. They're discussing a book about Karunanidhi. Alright. Then the second one, a need of full-time heads. This is about vacancies at Central Police Force, BSF, different other agencies, CBI, and how directors have not been appointed, which is really important for efficient working. Alright. Then vaccine progress report. This is data about how states are vaccinating different people and at what pace. Alright. Then moving on the front page. So we see one news that Supreme Court questions delay in setting up regulator. What is this regulator that they are talking about? Whenever you conduct a project, any infrastructure project, you have to do an environmental impact assessment. We had discussed one major question regarding this was the Central Vista project, when the Supreme Court gave green ahead for establishment of the new Parliament House. Alright, so every big building has to be analyzed in terms of environmental impact assessment. This is the Supreme Court scolding the central government for not setting up the regulator that they had demanded. This regulator under the Ministry of Environment is supposed to do what? Should obtain rapid environmental impact assessment, and this is basically the panel of people who will determine whether your project should be given an environmental clearance or not. Alright, so that is a huge hurdle in terms of climate change, and therefore the Supreme Court was scolding the central government and sought response from it based on a PIL. Alright, so the panel becomes important. They have not met, this has not been set up. Alright, then moving on, more and more political news, nothing of real note for us here. Alright, then there is news about cyber volunteer program. This is something we had already discussed about the Ministry of Home Affairs hiring volunteers who will regulate, conduct and see or respond to complaints. Alright, then moving on, Covaxin enhanced immune response. This is second phase report of Covaxin being published, and that it does generate overall immunity. Details about phase 3 trial, that is efficacy, is awaited. That becomes the most important news for us. Alright, then moving on, army to showcase counter terror skills. This is about joint exercise to be held with Uzbekistan, and it will talk about technology and intelligence to counter terror attacks. Alright, counter terrorism. The name of the exercise and the country with which we are doing it becomes important. This is Dust Lick second exercise between India and Uzbekistan, and it will be held from March 10 to 19. Alright, and it will cover counter insurgency, counter terrorism skills. Alright, so that is the one that we need to note about. India will be conducting further exercises on different countries. That becomes for a later time period, all of this, whether it happens or not. Then there is news here. First Quad summit to be held on March 12. Alright, Ministry of External Affairs, that this comprise quadrilateral framework. Alright, what kind of framework, who attends it becomes most important. So on March 12 we'll come to know of all these details. So on the OPED page we discussed, that's where I told you that till now it was informal. How formal it becomes will be revealed on March 12. Alright, so that is an news that we need to see. Alright, then on Afghanistan there is update that US has proposed to include India and other countries. Alright, so this is one news, and it is followed up on the international page here. US asked Afghan leaders to consider an inclusive government. Alright, including different countries, that is Pakistan, China, Russia, India, Turkey, in conversation for resolving Afghanistan. Till now, in the peace process of Afghanistan, we discussed yesterday that India was not included. Alright, US and Taliban were talking on Doha agreement. Now to resolve it, US has asked these countries to also participate and collectively resolve the issue. Alright, so that is something that now needs to be seen. This is something of a new revelation that has suddenly happened. Alright, so as more details happen, the proposal stands the same as we discussed couple of days ago, therefore I haven't highlighted it, is that Taliban and the Afghanistan current democratic government should rule the country together 50-50 co-parsenaries. Whether that happens or not, what is the final conclusion, that becomes more relevant. Alright, so this is a proposal stage, this has not been confirmed. Alright, how much involvement is being given to each party, therefore it is something that needs to be waited out a little. Alright, then more updates from Nepal, as the ruling party has split there. This was anticipated. We need to still wait on who forms the government, because until that happens, details are still not conclusive. Then this article, The Tale of Two Terminals, East and Western Terminal of Colombo. India and Japan had an agreement with Sri Lanka to build the eastern one. Sri Lanka ousted or unilaterally walked out of the agreement, offered to construct the western terminal to Adani Power. That is the update as the things stand, nothing new, therefore you just need to reassure yourself. Then OTP deliveries failed. What is this policy about? This is about you not receiving. So if you have a mobile phone, you keep on seeing that there are different ads from different companies that keep on coming to you. So TRAI has now come up with a policy based on a blockchain technology where this will not happen if you have opted out. What is that known as? That is TRAI's do not call registry. If you have registered there, you cannot, or service providers cannot send you advertisements in your SMS. Alright, so this service was started. Unsolicited commercial communications is the menace that they are trying to curb. So, but because this was leading to overall service impact, it has been stopped for 7 days. Now we need to see how long is the 7-day deadline met or not. Alright, so do not call registry of TRAI becomes important to be noted down. Then moving on, Paytm, this is a new policy that Paytm has unveiled, which is the soundbox device. That is the only thing that you need to know, alright, which will enable merchants to accept debit and credit card purchases through their smartphone, alright. So till now, if you used a card, you had to swipe. Paytm has come up with a facility where you don't need to use the card, you can use the smartphone to accept payments, alright. On sporting front, nothing of real note. Then moving on, I have one update to tell you all before we conclude, alright, which is from our Telegram page. So at Law Prep Tutorial, being one of the oldest CLAT preparing institution, we also recognize that students are now multi-pronged in their preparations, alright, and they are collecting information from multiple sources. Therefore, on that point, at our Telegram page, which is by Law Prep Tutorial, the link to which is t.mi/lawpreptutorial, which is provided in the description box. Now, why are we telling you that you should subscribe to our page and check it on a daily basis? Along with the YouTube series, this page also comes up with its own daily current affair quiz with details that are there in the newspaper. This just tells different, in case there are minute questions that are asked based on very specific niche kind of information, and to confirm that you are reading updates properly. To test your knowledge, there is a daily quiz of current affairs that is there on our Telegram channel. We suggest all the viewers to do not just read the newspaper, but prepare for it through this test series. This confirms your knowledge of how much you are retaining after you have done the newspaper reading. Now, along with that, the channel also has a word of the day. As we know that the CLAT examination is not just current affairs, but has different sections. So on that, there is different things that you need to know along with it, which is one of the constituent of it is English language. And we know that a lot of students are English is not our mother tongue naturally, and therefore we need to update ourselves, read more, alright. So a little bit of deviance, a little shortcut to that is through these mechanisms. Therefore we suggest all the viewers to test out your knowledge through this daily quiz, which is freely available, and enhance your knowledge about English through the word of the day concept. All right, so do hit that notification icon on if you are a Telegram user, that you should do the daily quiz and note down the word of the day along with it. On that note, we will conclude for the day. There are two updates that you need to note down. One is that Quad Summit probably is going to happen on 12th March. The details of it, which we will be waiting out for, alright, in what aspect it is confirmed, how grand it is, alright. Along with it, what are the things that you need to note? One is that about marital rape, the one report that confirmed it, that we should retain it, is the Justice J.S. Verma Committee report of 2013. And then the counter-insurgency exercise between India and Uzbekistan, Deblink 2, alright. And along with that, Paytm Sandbox device and tries do not apply registry, alright. Those two things are also relevant from economic page. On that note, I will conclude for the day. Thank you so much. The editorials are not relevant, therefore you should skip them. Whatever is relevant is the one that you have been told of. Alright, so don't waste your time, move on, focus whenever there is less information in the newspaper, use it to revise the other things, use it to study other subjects. On that note, thank you so much, take care of yourselves and be consistent with current affairs. Thank you.